how I 7x'd my creativity in less than 48 hours. Please guys, listen carefully until the end. This video is going to be a short one, but a very important one. I just had an intuition from infinite intelligence. And if there's one thing that you need to know about infinite intelligence and you having downloads, divine downloads from the higher dimension, the spiritual dimension, the celestial dimensions, is that when you have them, act upon them immediately. Why? Because we're all linked, right? Remember quantum entanglement in quantum physics and the collective unconscious from Carl Jung. Remember that we are all linked with this kind of like sea of energy. And in this sea of energy, those divine downloads and the Akashic records are accessible if you have a high vibration. Now, if you don't take action on the intuition, what's going to happen is that intuition, that divine download, is going to then come to the mind of somebody else for them to materialize them into physical reality. So either way, that was the introduction. I wanted to kind of like share that with you guys because this is the intuition that I had, and I needed to, like, I received the message, I needed to share with you guys this knowledge. So a bit of a story time. It's been a long time now since this type of subject about creativity, how to increase your creativity by doing one simple trick, kind of like really got me curious and got me thinking. And I saw a video of Kevin Gates, I think he's a rapper, US rapper, and then MGK, another US rapper, all stating the same thing, basically promoting the way of fasting, or the fasting life, right? And I've done like fasting, intermittent fasting for a lot of years now. I've done 24 hours, but I've never actually gone past 24 hours. As of right now, we are 48 hours into my fast, and I feel like I have my brain under steroids. I'm not even kidding you guys. The amount of ideas that constantly pop into my fucking head, it's amazing, it's incredible. You can maybe see it in my eyes. The sheer amount of focus that I have right now is crazy. And that also leads to one point that I wanted to make clear with you guys. I have a lot of investors, CEOs, and overall high performers in my community. Grateful for you guys to be there, but some of you are overweight. And I just had this realization. Being overweight is actually killing your prosperity in every single aspect, not only financially, but also relationship-wise and everything. Why? Simply because when you're overweight, it really is an effect of your lack of mental discipline. Let me explain. Your body is designed to last minimum 30 days without food, 7 days without drinking, right? Here, I'm doing a water fast, meaning that I only have water and coffee fast. Basically, the thing that I do to make it easier is that I drink some coffee in the morning. That helps me suppress the hunger, and then I drink some sparkling water with the taste. It helps, right? Sorry guys, let me just with the taste of the sparkling water, a bit salty, it helps as well. So either way, my point is that I'm drinking coffee in the morning, I'm drinking sparkling water, and that helps to not feel hunger. The first few hours are going to be the most difficult ones, simply because your body's not used to it, right? Your dopamine system is screaming and you want more dopamine, because really and truly, when you eat every 2 to 3 hours, it's not because you're hungry, it's because your brain is asking for dopamine, okay? That's also why, for instance, when you're having a bad night, right, and you're not sleeping well, let's say you're sleep deprived, what happens is usually your hormonal balance is completely fucked. So you produce more cortisol, and therefore your brain, to compensate that cortisol level, wants more dopamine. Because you may not know this, but dopamine and cortisol are two inversely proportional hormones. Basically, the more cortisol you have, the more your brain is naturally going to seek dopamine. So that's why, for instance, when you're sleep deprived, you tend to be more hungry. But it's not really hunger, because again, your body should be able to last for 30 fucking days. It's simply because your brain wants more dopamine. That's it. And that's why you eat every 2 to 3 hours. It's because you want more dopamine. But really and truly, if you had the if you had the keto diet or a paleo diet or a diet that doesn't spike as much your insulin level and therefore your dopamine level, you would be fine not eating for the entire day and just eating once per day. Either way, my point is, when you're overweight, that is an effect. That is the result of you not being mentally disciplined enough to understand this awareness. And that's why my whole YouTube channel is dedicated to you, for you guys to get that higher belief system, or this awareness, this extra push, this extra awareness that will change everything for you. Because my goal is not to necessarily change your entire life at each single one of my videos. I try my best, but 1% and 1 degree change can mean a lot. Let's take a plane, for instance. A plane starting from Paris, France, the difference in 1 degree inclination at the start of the plane, at the takeoff, means the difference between New York and Los Angeles at the end, right? So 1%, 1 degree awareness, more awareness and shift in belief system can actually change the entire trajectory that you have in a week, a month, or a year from now. Cool. Being overweight is killing your prosperity, because every single time you're actually eating, right, because you don't understand how the brain functions, and it's actually more a response for getting more dopamine, and you can't get past that first initial impulse and craving of dopamine. Well, every single time you eat, all the energy, the blood, the life force is going into your digestive system, right? All that energy is going into the digestive system, and you have less energy for your brain system, aka your mind, aka the real money-making machine, right? Because remember, the middle-class people, they exchange their time and repetitive tasks for money, and this is why they're getting replaced by AI. And the world-class people, they're getting paid for their ideas, for the high-leverage activities. But the high-leverage activities can only be created thanks to creativity, and creativity can only be produced if you have a clear mind. And a clear mind can only be done if you have all the energy that you have available that you put into your mind. So if you want more prosperity, please listen to me carefully. If you want to make more money, if you want to have better creativity, more prosperity, and have better money-making ideas, try fasting for 24 hours, 48 hours, even 72 hours. I'm not at 72 hours yet, as you understood. I'm only at 48 hours, okay? But already, I feel like my brain is on fucking steroids. I've been extremely productive. And those guys who I saw the videos about, fasting 72 hours and stuff like that, told that they were starting to see spiritual dimensions. So I'll let you guys know if after 72 hours I start to kind of like have a better grasp of spiritual dimensions, I start to see them, or I kind of like touch them. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you guys posted. But understand, fasting in the Bible as well, Jesus was talking about the importance of fasting. Fasting in every single aspect. Fasting physically, mentally, and spiritually. What does that mean? Physically means no food. Mentally means no distractions, no negative or drama, dopaminic thoughts, right? We, as humans, we have a tendency of being drawn to drama and gossip depending on our level of frequency and consciousness, right? So the goal is not for you to give yourself dopamine, mental dopamine, by focusing on the negative, for instance. And spiritually means not feeling any bad emotions, for instance, right? So either way, my point is, please try fasting. If you're watching this video and you're looking to increase your creativity, your productivity, your prosperity, please start a fast of first 24 hours. See how you feel. If you can, then go to 48 hours. And if you can, then go to 72 hours. I'm not saying it's going to be easy at first, right? I first got my body used to 24-hour fast, right? Eating once per day, for instance. So start progressively. But I'm telling you guys, if you think that you lack creativity, and God knows that creativity is so important, especially when it comes to this AI world where all the repetitive, boring tasks can be replaced by AI, your leverage is your mind. AI is only a machine. It can only draw conclusions from the knowledge that it has already learned. In an AI world, if you do not want to be replaced, if you want to become irreplaceable, you need to develop your creativity. okay? One of the easiest, simplest trick to do that is start to fast, because all your energy, once it's, finishing, digesting and all that stuff, all your energy will go up to your mind, up to your real money-making machine, okay? Please, fast for 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, get back to me and let me know how you feel. But I'm telling you, I have had like maybe 5 intuition from divine intelligence as of today, and maybe 20 ideas of content, okay? By the way, the best, if you don't know this, the best way to monetize your existence, monetize your ideas, is really and truly actually having a personal brand. Let me explain. When you have a personal brand, you can literally monetize your ideas. You get paid to exist, not only one, but you're able. I'm laughing because I saw that there was like some police car following me because I have the camera and stuff like that, and I think they saw me. So either way, that's why I did the roundabout. So I find it funny. What was I saying? Yeah, creativity, prosperity. Try to do that, and you'll have all the clarity necessary. Like, please, just listen to me. Do this for 24 hours, 48 hours. Come back to the comment section and tell me how you feel. You'll start to see you're gonna have the ideas after ideas after ideas after ideas, okay? Crazy. Yeah, personal branding. In this world, you need to have a personal brand. I promise I will do an entire whiteboard masterclass on the power of personal branding. But if you want to monetize your existence, monetize your ideas, which is literally the world-class way of thinking when it comes to prosperity. Remember, middle class and poor class people, they exchange their time versus money. World class exchange their ideas versus money, okay? The world class people that gets paid millions and billions of dollars. So if you want to tap into this world class principle, what you need to do is build a personal brand. A personal brand is literally, having a social media ecosystem. So YouTube, Instagram, for instance, start posting your authenticity. You don't realize, but all these stories, all the experience, all the knowledge that you've gathered over the years, you may think are nothing, because we have this tendency of thinking that everybody knows what we know. You cannot be further from the truth. What you know and what you've gathered as experience, knowledge, and overall stories will be extremely useful for people that you don't even know. You don't even know. Like I'm telling you, when I first started on social media back in 2020, November 2020, I was just like giving some random mindset personal development advice. I didn't think anything of it, right? Like, it's normal, okay, don't do this, be disciplined, da, 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 da. And look at me today. I'm time, money, allocation free. I'm working with doctors, successful entrepreneurs, investors, celebrities, public figures, athletes, artists from all around the world. Now, mentoring them mindset, esoteric, metaphysical, spirituality wise, for them to enter and quantum jump in their godlike reality. But it all started with me posting on social media and sharing my story, sharing my values, and sharing my expertise and knowledge, right? And experiences. So if you want to be more creative, because it's good to be creative, but what the fuck is it used to if you don't know how to apply it, right? The law of use. To throw back to one of my old videos, the law of use. You need to use the knowledge and creativity that you have in the best possible way. One of the best possible ways is actually creating a personal brand and monetizing that's creativity, these ideas, by you sharing that. You sharing content around your passion, expertise, stories, who you are, what you like, will gather a tribe. And that tribe that audience, the power of having an audience is crazy. Not only can you sell something to that audience later down the line, you can attract opportunities or people that want to leverage your audience, or you can do what I would recommend is, gather the audience and then sell a highly elevating product, right? But for the example's sake, Kylie Jenner became a billionaire at 20 years old because she had a personal brand and she started selling cosmetics and makeup. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so the old pro wrestler, WWE wrestler, and then actor, he became a multi-billionaire by selling to his audience. He had a personal brand with like millions of followers. He sold, I think, his he started his own tequila, and that allowed him to become a billionaire. And same thing with Conor McGregor. He accumulated a lot of attention, a lot of audiences in his personal brand, and he was able to sell his own alcohol, his own whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. You do not realize the power of personal branding, okay, in 2026, 2027. So now that you know how to be more creative, start there. Start fasting, 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, okay? Use coffee, sparkling waters as a hack to cut the hunger. Understand that you're not actually hungry. You can last fucking 30 days without eating. It's actually your brain asking for dopamine, okay? So it's important to sleep well, to not elevate your cortisol level, etc. And then from all that creativity, start noting down all the ideas of what you would like to share, the content ideas or anything like that, or even the ideas for, the merger and acquisition that you have for the, because sorry, I was speaking in Norwegian. For is because is because sometimes I'm speaking in Norwegian, I'm thinking in Norwegian as well. Either way, because some of you guys are like a merger and acquisition lawyers, you're investors, you're CEOs, all of that. So I'm kind of like speaking in a broad term. But let's say, for instance, do the fasting, get the creativity, note it all down, of course, right? And then if you want to capitalize on the excess amount of ideas, because I can guarantee you, you're going to, if you do everything that I'm telling you, you're going to have an excess amount of ideas. When you have the excess amount of ideas, then start your personal brand, just document, okay? Don't think of like, what am I going to sell? What's the structure or anything like that? No, just start documenting, because it's a habit, okay? It becomes part of who you are. And over time, the audience will tell you what they want. And I guarantee you, it's going to change your life.